domain of second language learning. Now, the power domain within second language learning unfortunately hardly gets much attention when we are learning second language. And this is exactly what traps the second language learners and does not allow them to speak or to have an expert communication, as you would say, in second language. So the power domain means that one is aware of how a language actually works in the society. When the learners are learning their first language, they are fully aware of these nuances of language use. For instance, use of certain words and how, although those words might appear simply benign or okay to someone else who is using Urdu as a second language, but you as a native speaker would know that this is not an appropriate word and it does not really mean the same thing as it seems to mean in this language, and where to use it, whether to use it with elders or is it appropriate to use it with children. You would know all these things when you learn your first language, even when you don't think about it. However, when the learners are using the second language, they are not aware of those cultural connotations. Now, although these are cultural connotations as we say them, we need to remember that language is a powerful tool of positioning yourself in a given culture. It is also a powerful tool to negotiate your identity. It is also a mediating tool for you to engage with the culture of a given context and get what you want. So you want the communication to be successful. So when you're using L1, especially as a language awareness pedagogy highlights, these things become a good point of discussion. So you see how when things are presented to you in a newspaper and how they talk about them actually somehow gives a specific meaning to the thing. For instance, if you say something or call something in a newspaper as honor killing, then you have said that you have already actually stigmatized the girl. So, but unless you say it's a murder, the phrase used so commonly as honor killing can create that kind of mindset in which you're halfway there to actually stigmatizing whoever has been killed in the name of in that context. So these small nuances, it is through the use of the first language that you can highlight these things for the second language learners. So L1 in this power domain, as we call it, helps the learner actually to achieve or to understand what is going on, how the language is being used, how the language is being manipulated, and how can they themselves manipulate the language to put their point ahead. So it allows them to be aware of this tactical modes used in the second language, the rhetorical traps. For instance, when we say you are not going to the meeting, are you? So when we put this are you, that is positive question, it's actually a rhetorical question, the answer to which we expect is a negative answer. And then we can know when do we actually use these and what function do these perform. This all lies in the power domain. So in the power domain, the use of the first language develops understanding of the power relationship between language and society. This applies both to their first language and to their second language. And then it fosters a sense of responsibility in the learner, how to use language responsibly and being aware of the consequences of the words that they are using. The words are never empty. They are loaded with meaning. They're loaded with centuries of meaning, the meanings that people have ascribed to it over the years and how they have been interpreted. So these are the things that need to be discussed, and it is through the use of L1 in the power domain that it allows the learners to see it.